Thank you very much, Andrew Sir and Rosha, for joining us today to share your experiences participating in the National Day Parade. Okay, maybe to start off, can both of you introduce yourselves to us?
Sure. Hello there. I'm Andrew Ong, 61 years young. Currently, I'm working as both an inbound and outbound tourist guide. So there I was, the little boy right in the middle, at 13 years old, secondary one, joining the Junior Red Cross. I joined headquarters in 1976. There I am as a 17-year-old training department instructor. At 23 years old, a two-pip officer. And I retired about 7 years ago as a Senior Assistant Director for Policies.
Okay, my name is Rosha. I'm currently serving my national service. I'm currently a year 5 VI and I'm currently the head of Fujo as well. I was the Reserve Contingent Commander for NDP 2019.
Wow, so that sounds pretty recent, right? That was just last year.
That was last year.
Wow. So the memories must be really very fresh in your mind. Okay, so maybe to move on, right? Maybe we can get both of you to share a little bit with us on what made you want to join NDP.
Okay, so basically, I actually joined NDP as a cadet in Sec 2 and Sec 3. So they were in 2012 and 2013 respectively. My contingent commanders and the volunteer instructor trainers back then really inspired me to join NDP as a PI as well. So the contingent commanders were Edna Men from 2012 and Shuyan Men from 2013. I was inspired by them.
Wow, it's really nice to have inspiring seniors. May you motivate you to want to join NDP again, even though it's so tiring, right? Well, Andrew Sir, what about you? What made you want to join NDP?
During our time, it was an honor to be in the National Days marching condition. So all of us really wanted to be there. So we had to go for selection trials. Only the very best in Fujo were selected. In those days, training was hard. Almost every Sunday afternoon, in the grounds of the old Singapore Polytechnic. So maybe training about 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. or so.
Wow.
And even longer if you did not perform well. Training was tough.
Definitely.
You make a mistake. Punishments like running, push-ups were very common during those days.
Wow, I cannot imagine going through that.
So we were tough people. They also trained us in resilience because when on the parade grounds, there will be a lot of standing. For example, during the rehearsals and actual day, you have to report to headquarters very early in the morning, as we have to be at Nickel Highway by 7 a.m. And then we'll probably stand for about an hour or so before marching in the Pada, wait some more for the president to arrive.
A lot of waiting.
A lot of waiting was before we eventually start on our march past. And you know what? In those early days, after the march task is not the end. We have another 5 kilometers of road march.
Wow. This one is like SAF training. Okay.
Indeed. So our training had to be really tough to build up resistance and strength and stamina.
Wow, you were so young then.
I was 15 years old.
Wow.
And that was in 1974.
Wow, it must be really very, very difficult. I think if I were there then, I think I cannot tahan also lah.
But anyway, our morals were high. Like I said, it was an honor to be in the marching condition.
Definitely. Wow, thank you very much, Andrew Sir, for sharing with us your experience on how a normal training day is like back in those days. Maybe Rosha, you can share with us also lah. I think now, back in 2019, just 1 year ago, how was a normal NDP training like? Maybe we can compare a bit.
Yeah. Okay, I guess for NDP last year, right? Our first portion of our trainings were done at Nee-Soon Camp. It got a lot more exciting when we went to Padang lah. So at the Padang, there's this distance where we'll need to walk from Suntec City to Padang itself. So we'll usually march there lah. So as one contingent, it trains us on our marching skills.
Yeah, I think one key thing I picked up was on the starting time. I think back in 1978, it was a lot earlier.
Yeah.
7 a.m. I think at that point of time, I think maybe MRTs weren't that ready yet. So I think you have to get up even earlier. Okay, but I think I also want to find out a little bit more from both of you, because I think NDP is such a long journey. So maybe you can share with us a little bit about what are some bittersweet or maybe unforgettable memories that both of you had during NDP.
All right, as you can see the picture at the back, right? every cadet had to carry a flag. It's not really heavy. However, when the wind blows, as you know, in those early days, nuclear highway was just right beside the sea. So you're holding on the wind. You know what? When the wind blows, it becomes a sail. Not very small size at the time. I recall almost being blown out of place. Sometimes we march, I find myself marching tilting because of wind blowing. I have to keep controlling it. Yeah.
Wow.
Very funny experience.
Yeah, I see the flag is really almost like double the size of.
Yeah.
Wow, you all must have gained a lot of muscle strength also having to hold it up, right? How about for Rosha, what are some bittersweet, unforgettable memories that you have?
Bittersweet memory-wise, everything ends. Like the experience of going through all of that with the kids and like with the fellow VIs, it was pretty nice lah. Like I remember like crying quite a lot at the end.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like because I was giving like the debrief to the kids, and like I guess like as one contingent, we really like formed a really nice bond together lah. So yeah, that's my best memory of NDP.
Wow, I'm sure like having gone through so many months of training together, the camaraderie and the memories is really a lot lah. Yeah, and to just say bye-bye after 9th of August and then to go about your own ways, I think it's definitely very difficult also to part with. I think
all of us suffered together.
Right, you suffered sweat and tears and like maybe, I don't know, maybe blisters on your feet. Yeah, so I think I also noted that both of you were part of like the Contingent Commanders also. So maybe you can share with us also like what were some challenges that you faced? Because I think it's definitely not easy being the face of Red Cross, leading a whole group of cadets.
So I guess for me, I was the reserve contingent commander lah. So I wouldn't be the one marching on the actual day. Like every week, right? Because there are reserves like who will not be marching, right? Usually, like we have to handle the emotions of these cadets because there is the uncertainty of whether or not they'll be marching on the actual day. To me, that was a challenge lah because feelings are pretty complex to handle. I guess another challenge would also be to bring the cadets like to that level of standard that you want in terms of foot drill, because like every week we'll be like reviewing the video footage that is from SAS. So yeah, that was the weekly feedback that we usually give to the kids lah.
It's really very hard to manage the expectations of the cadets because they have put in so much effort with their fellow peers, and to know like whether or not they get to march on the actual day. I think some of them might be disappointed lah, but I'm sure you and your team encourage them like. Yeah, so maybe Andrew Sir, you might want to share with us a little bit also about what were some challenges, any differences?
I was the contingent commander of the Red Cross contingent in 1981. NDP was decentralized in 6 different locations. So I was in Jalan Besar Stadium. Being a decentralized one, the contingent was a lot smaller, only 36 in the marching contingent. Training wasn't that bad because the cadets are highly disciplined, very motivated. Even when marching out from Jalan Besar Stadium, you have another fight. When you're marching in front, alone, you depend a lot on the guy directly behind you. Sir, you're out of line, or sir, you're not correct timing and things like that. But thankfully, it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad because we have a marching band right in front of us.
So you can take marking from them also.
Yes. So marching band providing some sort of entertainment. Play music, and then providing the beat and the timing. Throughout all that 5 kilometers, there'll be crowds lining both sides of the road. The people will be squeezing out the windows just to look at us.
This is something that we don't see now, I think in recent years, right? I think we don't have that 5-kilometer road much anymore.
No, we don't.
And we don't see people peering out, maybe peer out of the window to see the planes lah.